All right, we're here with the head coach of the Marshall Mavericks, Coach Jason Hammett. Coach, how are you doing today?
Great, man. I appreciate you guys having us on. Any kind of high school coverage, you guys appreciate all of it.
Absolutely. Well, it's a pleasure to cover high school sports. Let's talk a little bit about last season. First off, what the great Jack Alvarez retired over there in Marshall, and now you get to step in and fill those shoes. So first, I want to ask you about that. What's the attitude like now stepping into the head coach role?
Well, first of all, nobody feels Jack Alvarez's shoes. He's a great coach, great man, great personality, bigger than life personality. I got the pleasure to work with him in three different places. I started with him in Ennis, and we followed him around and had a great time with him and enjoyed my time with him. Assistant athletic director last 2 years with him, and when he retired, I can't say enough about Marshall ISD. They didn't waste a lot of time. He retired in the morning, and they offered me the job in the afternoon. And it speaks to the job he did here and the job the staff he brought in did here. So it's a responsibility I take real serious in continuing the work we've done with the kids here in Marshall. So I'm excited about the job I have, and I know our kids are excited about the season we're about to have.
Well, before we start talking about this upcoming season, let's go back to last year real quick. A 6-6 record for the Mavericks, area finalists. Kind of got hot there at the end, beat White House at the end there, and then hosted a home playoff game, won that home playoff game against Denison. So just talk a little bit about last year and the ups and downs of it.
Well, I still talk about it to the kids. We're sitting in the third quarter versus Midlothian Heritage, in the second round of the playoffs with a lead, and we let that slip away. And that's really what our offseason mantra has been about is doing right, playing hard, and getting ready for when those big plays happen for us to make them. Our kids the last 2 years have been our season's gotten better and better as we play. Part of that is we play a really tough non-district schedule. We've got a pretty tough district too, but our kids don't shy away from that kind of competition. The last 2 years, I've been proud of the way we've gotten better and better as the season goes on. We want that season to last a long, long time. And so that's our goal. That's what our kids want. So whatever we can do to help, get our kids to that point, that's what we're trying to do.
And you mentioned the district a little bit just there. It's pretty much the same district in this realignment. You drop out Pine Tree and bring in Jacksonville to the district. So what are your thoughts on this district and the teams in it?
It's a good district. It's East Texas. It's almost, we're the only kind of all East Texas big district in the state of Texas. And, we stretch from Texarkana to now Jacksonville. It's a big area. It's a lot of important football in these towns. From high levels of competition, anybody can beat anybody on any night. If you look back at the scores last 2 years, you would think so and so wouldn't beat so and so, and then they do. We've had a lot of kind of surprise games in this district, and it speaks to the depth of the district and the quality of the coaching in the district, and how much East Texas loves football.
And I know that it's 6A and 5A that those top two seeds get to host those home playoff games. How important is that, and how much is that ride on in the season when you're like, okay, if we get one of those top two spots, we got a home playoff game in the first round? Like, how big is that going into the year?
Well, it's probably biggest for the communities, for a community to be able to host a playoff game and not, pack up the town and travel, hundreds of miles away. It's a big deal. Last year, I'm sure some of the viewers and listeners know. I mean, we were able to beat White House on the last play of the game to secure that second spot. If we lose that game, if we don't score that touchdown, we're not only not hosting, but we're not going to the playoffs. And that's how tight this district is and how good everybody is. So, we know it's important. You got to take care of business along the way to get that chance to host. But for us, they're all so important. You can't think, this game's more important than that game. It's district. You need to win as many as you can. You need to try to host a playoff game, and try to put your kids in the best situation you can.
Let's talk about this season coming up. You're returning 9 starters on offense and 6 starters on defense from last year's playoff team. What are your expectations going into this year, and what do you want to see from the team this season?
Well, we've got high expectations. We brought back a lot. Now on offense, we lost receiver Sawyer Whaley. He's going out to East Texas Baptist to play some ball out there. And then our quarterback, who's been kind of a staple for Marshall the entire time I've been here and longer, Collier Sloan. had been our quarterback for 2.5 years here. And, we're losing him, and it's a big deal. So we've got a couple young kids working to replace them. On defense, we're replacing, most of our secondary. Most of our secondaries graduated on. So replacing those guys is critical. It's been our critical work in the spring and the summer. The expectations for these kids, they know it. They wear Marshall gear every day, and I remind them of it. The community reminds them of it, about what it means to be a Marshall Maverick. And so there's high expectations. We want to take the next step with this group of young men, and it's a group that's our staff that's pretty much intact the whole time. This is the group we first got. These guys were freshmen when we got here, so they're all into this program. They'll do anything it takes to get better, and I'm super proud of that group of seniors.
All right, Coach. Well, best of luck this season to the Mavericks. We'll talk to you throughout the year, I'm sure. And thanks for talking to us today.
Oh, man.